Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we have a fantastic show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to content. We better hurry up and make all of these LeBron videos we can right now before all the money leaves the NBA and all of us content creators go broke. So we might as well hurry up right now. So let's get into today's video here. So what happened? Yesterday, the Los Angeles Lakers were slated to play against the Dallas Mavericks. They were coming off of a loss, I believe, at home or on the road. I don't remember where they played, but a loss to the Houston Rockets. It was a close game. LeBron and these guys suffered a blunder at the end of the game trying to inbound the ball. Fred VanVleet stole the ball. He said he was trying to call a timeout. They just botched up that play. They ended up losing the game. JJ Redick looked like he was on the sidelines losing his in the post-game interview, losing his mind. So yesterday they go into Dallas, right? And it was a nationally televised game that was being covered by TNT. So I was actually following the game a little bit closely. And I think at one point the Lakers had a lead, if I'm not mistaken, by 2 points or 4 points or so. And I said to myself, look, I think the Lakers are going to win this game, right? Why? Because the Dallas Mavericks were grossly underhand. They didn't have Kyrie Irving, their second best player, and they didn't have Luka Doncic, their first best player. The only player they had was Klay Thompson and all the other guys, PJ Washington and the rest of the players that they have. So I said this should be a cakewalk. And that's exactly what Shaq himself thought as well, given the fact that the Lakers, they're full strength. They have Anthony Davis. They have LeBron James, clearly the two of the best players on the floor. And then what ended up happening, the Lakers found a way to get absolutely embarrassed and get routed by 21 points, losing 97 to 118. 97 to 118. So what all of us were waiting for was the reaction from Charles Barkley. Why? Because about a week or so ago, Charles Barkley absolutely leaned into JJ Redick. He took him to the back of the shed, man, and he just dealt with him, right? Because JJ was trying to insinuate that people like Charles Barkley and shows like Inside the NBA were the reason for the decline in NBA ratings. And Charles Barkley essentially told him, bro, you a dead man walking. And then funny enough, JJ Redick went out there and called himself a dead man walking. So at the end of the game, in the post-game, not the post-game, in the post-game coverage, they started to talk about the Lakers. And in typical Charles Barkley fashion, he absolutely destroyed JJ Redick and these Lakers. So what we want to do is going to play exactly what Charles Barkley had to say about these guys getting their asses whooped. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Chuck had to say here.
So you said as we began the night, Chuckster, as Dallas played without Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, this was all about the Lakers.
And the Lakers proved to what I keep saying. The Lakers stink, plain and simple. We have to talk about them because the media is infatuated with the Lakers. But the Lakers are not a good team. They got zero athletic ability. I mean, when you watch them, Jason Kidd coached a masterpiece tonight. We can go one-on-one, get any shot we want. They got a good shot every time. The Lakers could never keep them in front of them. This was a coaching masterpiece by Jason Kidd because there's no way that team that the Mavs put out there, especially one winning by 20, basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, any masterpiece that he put together, though, honestly, shouldn't have been able to come up with it. Because, one, not only that they're struggling right now. They lost 5 in a row before tonight.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're coming in with some confidence and continuity. They lost 5 in a row.
And they've lost their last 10 when Luka and Kyrie
and they haven't won a
out.
game without those guys.
Yeah.
And
The
last 10. So to me, the Lakers, that is a
Lakers are not any good.
Like I said before, last thing, Shaq, you gotta either you can't give the excuse you didn't know the game plan because these guys stepped up. You have to always put your foot down and say, no. You can't stop our game plan. Forget what you're going to do, who's coming in pick and rolls and whatever. Whatever you do, you can't stop AD, LeBron, and out and connect and all that, and Reeves at what we do.
I actually thought it was going to be the other way around. Just LeBron and AD on the floor, Lakers up by 20. But, you hear this term thrown around all the time. They play down to their competition. And again, it's very difficult sometimes to get up for the guy that's not that guy. But Dallas, listen, Chuck has been saying this. I've been here 12 years. He's been saying 12 years. Everybody in the NBA can play. Everybody has pride. Dallas played at home. The fans got behind them, and they play well. And the Lakers laterally defense is terrible.
You know what bothers me?
okay.
Why I hate the Lakers?
Why?
Why do you hate the Lakers? Chuck, tell us.
Why I hate the Lakers? It's always somebody else's fault. Remember 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. The Lakers don't have, listen, LeBron is one of the all-time greats. AD is a hell of a player. That's it. The rest of the guys are just guys. Every team got those guys. And it bothers me. Listen, you don't always blame other people for your shortcomings.
Well, I don't know if other people have those guys, that means that they should be playing better because
they don't have AD and LeBron.
But you got AD and LeBron. So my point is, it's got to do with style of play, got to do with
effort, Kenny.
Effort.
Yeah,
Come on, Kenny. This is the same thing we've been saying for 3 or 4 years. They blame Frank Vogel. They blame Darvin Ham. They fired both of those guys. Then remember it was Russell Westbrook a few years ago.
But I mean, then
last year was D'Angelo Russell.
So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say. Well, after that loss, the Lakers now find themselves as the 6th seed in the Western Conference, right? The 6th seed. They've lost 2 in a row. They lost to a team that had lost 5 in a row in the Dallas Mavericks. And now they're the number 6 seed in the Western Conference. They have the same record as the Los Angeles Clippers there. So they're basically a fringe play-in team right now. Now, the next team that the Lakers have on their schedule is the Hornets, who should be a pretty interesting test. They're going to be playing against the San Antonio Spurs back-to-back. Then they're going to be playing against the Heat, who have all kind of turmoil where they are. Then they have the Nets. So I think the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, they should be able to win 4 out of those 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the Nets, the Spurs, the Hornets, the Lakers have more talented players and all. Well, of course, you have Victor Wembanyama, the next face of the NBA. But they should be able to fare well against those teams. And they have the Clippers, the Wizards, the Celtics, the Warriors. And then their schedule gets a little bit tougher. But for the next 5 games coming up for these guys, they should be able to win it. Now, let's get to the box score yesterday. You look at the Lakers starting lineup. Rui Hachimura has 6 points. LeBron James had 18 points. He actually had an efficient game from the field overall. Shot 50% from the field. He shot 83% from the free throw line. Got you 10 rebounds, 8 assists. And he only had 2 turnovers. So that was a pretty good game from him. Anthony Davis had 21 points and 10 rebounds. He had a great game. He didn't shoot too well from the floor, only 39% from the field. But you had Max Christie chip in 12 points for them. You had Austin Reeves chip in 15 points, and Dorian Finney-Smith, their latest acquisition, he came off the bench, gave him 11 and Dalton Connect. But the thing that really plagued the Lakers in this game was offensive rebounds. The Lakers got out-rebounded. How many rebounds did the Lakers get? I actually went over the stat last night. They got 33 rebounds to 44. And because of their inability to be able to rebound the ball, it was one of the reasons that the Dallas Mavericks attempted 86 field goals to the Lakers 75. That's the ball game. And then when you have the fact that they were more efficient from the three-point line, hitting 7 more three-pointers than the Lakers 11, that's pretty much the ball game there. But nevertheless, even after explaining the reasons why they lost, they shouldn't have lost that game. Period. End of story. The Lakers should not have lost that game. And it just proves to you that Charles Barkley was 100% correct, that this team just isn't really any good. And I don't think there's going to be any trade package out there for them to aid them. Some people are sitting over there rubbing their titties thinking that they're going to get Bradley Beal. I don't think that's going to work. Just from a roster construction standpoint and from how their lineup is constructed, I don't think that's going to work. Because who you're going to make Bradley Beal the primary ball handler. That means LeBron's going to have to be off the ball. If he's not going to be the primary ball handler, he's going to be the 2, but he's on the sides of the 2. So he's going to have some defensive issues there. So Jimmy Butler, he may work, but the problem is Jimmy's supposed to be getting paid $48 million this year, $50 million next year. Are the Lakers going to be able and willing to pay Jimmy Butler that type of money, knowing that he's seeking a contract extension? I don't know. So to me, man, look, I just think it was perfect that Charles Barkley said what he said, and I think it was 100% on the money. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Chuck had to say about the Lakers, whatever you guys think? Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.